John, I told you can't just put on a Reptar suit like that when we're in the verse. Okay, we're supposed to be in our professional attire when we're in our professional stand-ups. John, no, you can't take off all your clothes either. Look, I know the metaverse is supposed to be accommodating for everyone and this is the future, but John, you have to cooperate. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Thanks so much for showing up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the verse. Bye, everyone. Love you. Wave to me. Wave to me. Oh, thank you all so much. We really are living in the future. Isn't that crazy? The metaverse is the greatest thing to ever happen. Said no one ever. So today we're going to talk about the layoffs at Meta. Just this past Wednesday, the Zuck decided to let go around 11,000 people, which is roughly 13% of the entire company. Now, I'm not here to talk about whether he should or he shouldn't fire people. I'm just here to give you the details, remind you of corporate double standards, and to tell you to stop being loyal to companies. Now, the Zuck did do an entire company letter talking about the layoffs and why this had to happen, but there was also a Zoom call that happened to get leaked, and I have that video, so let me show you some of it here.
I want to say, up front, that I take full responsibility for this decision. I'm the founder and CEO. I'm responsible for the health of our company, for our direction, and for deciding. This was ultimately my call, and it was one of the hardest calls that I've had to make in the 18 years of running the company. And a lot of why it's hard is, obviously it has a big impact on your lives, but also, for our mission.
That's great and all. It really is that you're willing to step up and say that you made the choice to fire everyone and you bear the responsibility. But what you don't bear, Mark, are the consequences, okay? You made decisions behind closed doors without the people you're firing, without notifying them, without their input. You don't have to. You're the CEO, but you can say that it's your responsibility and it's your fault, but it's not your consequences.
But also, for our mission, we're losing people. You've really put your heart and soul into this place, and each of you is talented and passionate, and each of you has played a role in making Meta the success that it is. No matter what team you may have worked on, each of you played a role in contributing to the products that billions of people use to.
Speaking of billions, they contributed to the products that made you billions. You got to do what you got to do. I get it, but just say it's unfortunate that I'm responsible, but do not have to bear the consequences of my choices. I think that would be more of a fair statement, but you just coming up here saying, I'm accountable, I'm responsible. Yeah, we all know that. You still get your golden parachute, And this is just the case of, we've heard it all before. Meta as a company has taken quite a downturn. In its earning report back in October, Meta disclosed that Reality Labs, the part of the company that works on the metaverse, had a $3.67 billion loss. They also experienced the lowest revenue since the final quarter of 2020, and the company expects losses for the Reality Labs, the metaverse project, to continue to just lose money. Even though investors are like, what are you doing? We need to focus on social networking and all this stuff. Mark is like, no. Metaverse is the future. Now, in addition to cutting costs by firing 11,000 people, back in March of this year, they also started to find ways to reduce costs, such as removing perks, because Meta, the parent company of Facebook, told employees on Friday back in March that it was cutting back or eliminating free services like laundry and dry cleaning. And they were pushing back the dinner bell for a free meal from 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Now, some people at the company were upset that they're removing the perks, but honestly, joke's on you. They're just having those perks there so that you'll stay later at the office anyways. And they said that they're doing this because people just keep taking like 10 different take-home boxes and they stuff it in their bag and then they never have to go to the grocery store again. To be honest, Meta, I don't know what you expect, because I'd be doing the same thing, Meta. I'd be packing all of my bags stocked full with those little styrofoam little boxes trying to... Anyways, I digress. Now, there is something I did want to talk about, because in the last video of Twitter, people were talking about, it doesn't matter, Josh. The people that he fired, they were unproductive and they were useless and they were only working like 1 hour a day or whatever. Yeah, fire those people. I'm on board with you guys. If employees are not doing what they are tasked to do within, reasonable timelines, and they're just not being productive and ignoring everything you're telling them to do, then fire them. That's not quiet quitting, though. People were saying, look at all those quiet quitters getting fired. Those are just lazy employees, maybe trying to use the name quiet quitting, but anyways, they're not. I do understand, though, how you can watch the day in the life videos of what it's like to work at these tech companies and then feel absolutely nothing for them when they get canned. Like this video I found, and it just had me cringing the whole way through. Let me show it to you.
Day in the life as a 23-year-old product manager at Meta.
At Meta?
I always journal in the morning. I then do a quick workout routine. I get dressed. I try to look cute every day. Got some food.
I mean, I guess that's good. What does this have to do with a day in the life? This is like your morning routine of what you eat and drink and work out. Like
At the office, I make a coffee every single morning. I need that. I did some work on the roof. Worked until lunch and then ate up there. Here's me being
cute. Oh my god.
Cute. I got a snack always. I then shuttled home. The view's so pretty.
Oh my god, the view is so pretty from the little shuttle bus. You guys will not believe it.
Met up with some friends for dinner, and then my boyfriend came over and was acting like a DJ for my dog.
Yeah, so like I understand. You watch videos like this, a day in the life at X tech company, and then when you hear about these mass layoffs, you're like, where was the work being done anyways? Were you even adding any value? So yeah, I definitely get that is happening. Part of me just wonders how many people around her in the office are going, bro, is she ever gonna do any work? Like, what is she managing? She just keeps taking selfies and going to the break room and then... Now, regardless of all that, I think it's safe to say don't be loyal. If your company has a mass layoff, you should probably be looking and don't get stuck on one company at a time. I just have to remind you of that. Now, I do need to tell you about the severance package because it seems to be actually pretty great for all of the severance packages we've looked at across this channel so far. So for the people who did get fired, they will get 16 weeks of base pay plus 2 additional weeks for every year of service with no cap. So you get 4 months and plus essentially an additional paycheck for every year that you've already been at the company. They're also going to reimburse everyone for their remaining paid time off. They're also going to give everyone their equity. They're going to cover health insurance for the next 6 months. Career services, they're going to provide 3 months of career support. I mean, that's normally like hit or miss. I guess it just depends on who you get. And then finally, something we don't even hear much about is immigration support. We have dedicated immigration specialists to help guide you based on what you and your family need. So this is probably one of the more difficult things that we don't see a lot. But people that are here working in the U.S., by the way, these were U.S. severance benefits, that will lose their visa because they got fired, and so they need to find another job which will supply them with a visa, or they have to leave. Now their livelihoods, but more than just their livelihoods, their entire residence and their families' health and security maybe back home are at risk. And it's good that they even put this in here. Who knows how effective this will be, but it's something that I think is thoughtful for them to provide. Now, I do have to say, once again, this is probably one of the most comprehensive severance packages I've seen to date. People out there probably going, again, like with Twitter, wow, 4 months of pay straight into holidays? What a nice way to start the holidays. And then you have some other people who are probably like, right before Christmas, you animal. You can kind of look at it from both ways. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to give you an overview of the Meta layoffs because there's just been such a significant downturn with Meta, the company as a whole, and things just, I don't know, they're getting in trouble a lot. Investors aren't liking it. Misinformation, censorship, all these allegations towards the company and the company's leadership, just like Twitter. And things are not looking good. So they had to do what they had to do, which is fire 13% of the company, but it looks like those people are going to be taken care of. And I think this is probably one of the only videos I have on my channel where I'm like, huh. Like they did get locked out, and some people found out that they were getting fired via being locked out. And I understand that companies have to lock people out to protect information and to protect people from sabotaging things at the company. I understand that. That's why they did that at Twitter. And a few people tried to call me out and said they had to do it. I get they had to do it. I was just explaining that's how they found out they were fired. And that's similar things happened at the Meta company. Now, the Zuck did let everyone keep their email on until the end of day on Wednesday at midnight, just so that everyone could say goodbye, but they were locked out of basically everything else. Companies are going to do what they have to do. It's not personal. It's taken me a long time to kind of remove myself from taking it personal. It's just about profit for them, and you can't let yourself get invested emotionally with these companies. Having said all that, I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.